Chicken Janko Wednesday's lunch.
Burger Edition.
This week, Matthew and I didn't really go anywhere.
No.
For nearly a year now, I've been getting these Goodfood boxes. I opened my first one on the podcast, episode, I don't know, 1 last year.
Yeah, you go back and do the work.
Yeah, figure it out. But I've been getting these boxes of pre-portioned meals with recipes. And over the course of the past year, I've gotten a couple burgers in there. I got one this week. I decided, after Burger Week, spending so many dollars on burgers, let's take it easy. Let's have a little home burger. This is Goodfood's provolone stuffed burgers. There's a little description here for it. It says, since the beginning of the summer, we just can't seem to get burgers off our mind. I know the feeling. In this winning combination, we're stuffing beef burgers with provolone cheese, topping them with citrus-infused kale, and serving them up on our pillowy pretzel rolls. We haven't forgotten the fries, but we've got the oven-baked variety tossed with crispy garlic and rosemary and served with homemade aioli. So, Matthew, we ate these burgers at your place today. I did not bring the fries.
No, you forgot them.
Well, I intentionally left them behind. What I did forget was the beef. I was halfway here before I realized, oh no, the beef is still sitting in my fridge.
I wish you had forgotten the beef so I could, when you got here, say, where's the beef?
Oh boy. Yeah, that's true. That would have been a great opportunity to use that catchphrase from the 80s.
Yes, but then we would have lost a lot of time because you'd have to go all the way back home. I'm glad you remembered the beef.
Mm-hmm, me too.
Mm-hmm. It's crucial.
Yes. So, Matthew.
Even though you kept the fries for yourself.
Well, yes, but I still ruined that too, because I got here and I was going through the step-by-steps of preparing this food, and one of the steps was to fry up the garlic and rosemary, and then put it aside. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And we did that. Really
well, too.
Yeah, they looked fantastic. And then one of the last steps was to throw that garlic and rosemary onto the French fries. It was like, oh, so we just wasted garlic and rosemary.
That's what you get when you don't read ahead.
Yeah, that's really it. So I just sort of threw them on the sides of our plates so you could at least like enjoy the odor.
Yeah, I think that was probably the best part of it, because eating rosemary is kind of stabby.
Yeah, it is kind of stabby.
Yeah, you get a lot of little knives in your throat that way.
Man, that sounds awful when you put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing you could drink a fluid to wash it down.
Yeah. Push those knives deeper in.
Oh, God.
Down to your intestine. You know they're bringing back the Magic School Bus?
I saw like a listicle online.
Yeah.
About 23 things that their Magic School Bus. I don't remember what it was. I ignored
Just
it.
Some arbitrary number.
Yeah. I saw a Miss Frizzle picture, and her hair's not up anymore, and that's about it. That's all I know.
That's where they lost you? If she's not wearing her hair up, I'm out.
I just didn't care that much about the list. Is it on Netflix? It's going to be on Netflix?
Yeah, it'll be on Netflix. I think it's The Magic School Bus Rides Again. Kind of like Herbie Rides Again, I guess.
That's true. Herbie the Love Bug.
But I feel like they dumbed down the animation for all these.
You think so?
Well, they did it with DuckTales. I do not like that new animation.
Has that launched yet?
Yeah, first episode's out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to watch that tonight. I really want to see it. The cast seems fantastic.
It is a strange thing to watch, especially after you've watched the first original series.
Now, did you watch it recently?
Oh, the original series? Yeah. Just marathoned all the DuckTales.
Did you really?
No. I watched my favorite episode though, the Golden Goose.
Okay.
Episode. That
sounds familiar.
Double parter, terrifying.
Ooh.
Scrooge gets a coveted golden goose that pretty much just gives him the curse of Midas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the goose has Midas touch, or he has Midas touch?
I think pretty much the goose can turn anything to gold by him holding it and pressing it into something.
Okay.
But at one point they throw that goose into a fountain.
Okay.
And the water turns to gold.
It's amazing.
And then it just spreads over the entire world.
Oh.
And just starts turning everybody, people.
Oh my God.
Mrs. Beakley.
How does he
turn to gold?
How does he solve it?
I don't want to give away the ending.
Oh, I want to know. It's like a 20-year-old TV show.
I'm not budging on this stance.
Does Launchpad help?
He plays a
Gizmo
hand
Duck?
in it. It's a big episode. I mean, all the main players are in there.
It's a two-parter.
It's like a
Beagle
TV
Boys?
movie. Oh man, everybody's in there. Morgana.
Oh wow, Morgana. I didn't even know she was on that show.
No,
I thought
maybe
she was
she's
a
not.
Darkwing Duck character.
Maybe she's not. Who's the a much lamer name? Magica?
Oh really? I don't
Something
even
like that.
remember
It's
this
just
character.
it's another magic duck.
Okay.
She gets tied in with the Beagle Boys
Okay.
pretty early on in the series.
Okay.
But this new cartoon, Sebastian, I'm just not feeling it.
So what's the issue? The animation?
The animation is much more rigid.
Okay.
It's like how a lot of cartoons are now.
Sort of like a flash animation style,
yeah,
but
come
not
on.
actually, but kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Like I'm sure there's more work put into it than that, but and the voices,
You
the
don't like
ducks'
them?
voices are not. They're like adults, just adult voices.
Well, I mean, they are, right? They've got a couple guys from SNL. They got one of the Doctor Who's.
Yeah, I mean he's doing Scrooge McDuck, but
Yeah.
I don't find he does a Scrooge McDuck very well.
Yeah, I heard a clip and it felt like, well, that's not Scrooge McDuck,
No.
but he's Scottish.
Yeah, he's Scottish. Maybe he's a different incarnation.
Well, they're all different incarnations. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are very different. Only one of them has a hat on.
I guess so. I mean, it's early in the series. They can easily find hats. Their uncle's a millionaire. Billionaire, even. Yeah. We'll give it a bit more time before we judge too harshly.
So you don't like the idea of the new Magic School Bus?
Well, I haven't seen any of it yet, but I feel like if they mess around with it too much, I'm not going to like it.
See, now this is what's interesting to me. I feel like DuckTales being relaunched for our generation, the people who originally liked DuckTales, and at the same time for a younger audience who can now fall in love with DuckTales.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, just by the title, Magic School Bus Rides Again, to me, is that it's only for us. It's not bringing new people in with Rides Again. It's like, oh, you remember Magic School Bus? Come back for more.
Yeah. If you didn't watch it as a kid, if you've never seen it before, stay away.
Was the school bus alive?
Yeah.
It had eyes.
It had eyes. It kind of had a mind of its own.
Yeah.
It was like a dumb dog, really.
But like it knew how to like travel, not through time, but like shrink and things.
Yeah, but it needed Frizzle's influence to do all that.
What about the lizard? What'd the lizard do?
The lizard was super smart. I mean, I just remember that lizard knowing how to stay warm and... Sorry,
What?
I remember that lizard knowing how to stay warm in, I think when they went to Antarctica.
Okay.
He knew that you just had to get a bunch of newspapers and stuff your coat with newspapers or get some whale blubber. I don't really remember. He was cold-blooded.
Yeah.
So we needed that heat, needed that warmth.
Or else he'd just slow the hell down.
Yeah.
Seems less urgent.
Yeah. I mean, he was real smart, but he just couldn't voice his concerns or his issues.
Because he was a chameleon.
Yeah.
Did he ever use his color-changing powers?
I don't recall. I
recall.
really kind of just remember him being green all the time.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. They'll probably mess with him in this new adaptation.
All right, Matthew, what brought up the Magic School Bus? How'd we get on this?
I have no idea. What did you say? What did you say to bring that up? I know I brought it up, but I don't know
brought it up.
why.
I don't know.
Oh, intestines.
Did I say intestines?
No, I think we talked about Rosemary stabbing her intestines.
Oh.
So
You thought of that episode where they shrink down to find out what's wrong with that little orange-haired kid because his skin is turning orange because he keeps eating like Cheetos or carrots or something.
Was that it? I feel like they went inside of Arnold's body a lot. like more than they needed to. It's like, Miss Frizzle, we've been inside Arnold like 4 times this week.
He's got the sniffles. He's got an allergy. He's turning orange. Let's go in.
Yeah. And this time
It's
maybe...
like, not again, Miss Frizzle.
Yeah. Maybe this time we can commit to going all the way through him. Because they would always get to like the bladder or the small intestine and then be like, well, we can finish the trip or we can make him throw up or sneeze or something.
Yeah.
They would never go out of that poop chute.
Yeah. I mean, it would be weird. Where it's like, in this special episode of the Magic School Bus, Miss Frizzle is just poop.
It's the band episode where the bus has, because the bus would turn into things to blend in. So the bus would turn into a poop.
The magic poop.
Yeah, for that episode. Be the banned episode, like one of the lost episodes you'd have to find on the internet.
On the dark web.
Yeah, you could find it on E-Bombs World.
Speaking, actually, you know what? E-Bombs World. I had not thought about that website in at least a decade, and I saw a link on it or to it this week, and it was like a Vice documentary on I forget exactly what country they were from, but it was Asian folks living in Mississippi, and they're like influence on the culture at a certain time. And it was about these Asian people who've been for generations living in Mississippi, shop owners and whatever. And there was just a big headline over the video that was like, Asian people with deep South accents. And that was not what it was about.
Okay.
But it did feature that. And it was odd.
That's what dragged you into. You read the whole thing. You watched the whole thing.
No, I didn't. I watched a good part of the documentary though, and it was interesting and informative.
Huh.
But I'll be honest, I was there for the Asians with deep South accents.
Yeah, and that's very strange. I don't even know what that would sound like, and I don't think we could mimic
exactly like what you would think. It sounds like someone with a deep South accent.
Yeah, but just
a Mississippi accent.
I guess seeing that person with that voice coming out of them, to me, it's like seeing a brand new color. I just can't imagine it.
I mean,
I'm talking brand new.
By the same token, imagine like a black person speaking Cantonese.
No, my mind's just not there yet. I'm not progressive enough to be able to imagine things like this.
Okay, Matthew, I've been seeing some interesting things on the internet this week.
Oh yeah, you just got your internet back.
I got my internet back.
Going nuts.
We're
overloaded.
We're back. Well, I mean, you'd think so, but I was keeping up to date on the news and stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
So my backlog of news didn't pile up too bad.
You visited E-Bombs World, so it feels like you haven't had the internet for 8-9 years.
Yeah, I suppose so. But I found on the internet, in my news, a couple different bear attack stories. And I don't know if it's just that time of year that bears are attacking, but within 2 days, I had in my news feed 2 different bear attack stories, Matthew. I want to read you a little bit of some of these bear attack stories because I found the first one fascinating and the second one interesting in a completely different way.
Okay. I'm curious. I'm terrified of bear attack stories.
So the headline on this first one from Saskatoon, CBC Saskatoon, the headline is, a quote, "I was jabbing her with an arrow," recalls Sask hunter dragged from tree by mother bear. 2 thoughts ran through Jeff Hedwick. Let's say Hedwick.
Let's give him a more pronounceable name.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Yeah.
It's your problem, Jeff. 2 thoughts ran through Jeff Hedwick's mind Monday evening as he seized one of his arrows and repeatedly stabbed a protective mother bear that had him cornered in a spruce tree. The first was his own children. The second, survival. Then we get into some of Jeff's quotes that really spice up this story. "This bitch isn't going to take me right now," Hedwick remembers thinking. "Not like this." And that's where I really connected with this story.
Not in a spruce tree.
No, the "not like this" part.
Yeah. Not like this.
Because I want, as I've mentioned in a previous episode, I'd like that to be my last words.
Is this how you'd want to go, being attacked by a bear?
It's a heck of a way to go, though. And I would probably say "not like this."
Yeah.
I see where Jeff's coming from. Jeff, 39, was bow hunting for elk out of a tree stand about 5 kilometers east of Weardale, Saskatchewan, where a bear he'd never seen before and her 3 cubs approached him. Jeff says, "The cubs were eating at the bait and the sow caught my scent and she started walking up to my tree stand," Hedwick told CBC News of his hunting trip gone bad. Hedwick managed to take some photos